Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the J Spot, replacing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your host Jay and Simply E. Hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! Listen, guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jay for all three. Guys, listen, she's out tonight. So do me a favor. Please, again, do me a favor. Go to our page, like our page. Call in tonight, guys. If you want to talk to me, if you want to share and chime in on these juicy hot topics that we have for tonight, you can call in. The number is 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. If you want to chime in on our hot topics, guys, we have a great show lined up for you tonight. You don't want to miss it. These hot topics, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all now. Some of you all are going to be real mad. Some of y'all gonna be real mad, but that's okay. We're gonna be mad and love each other, and we're gonna move on. Guys, tonight's show is being brought to you by 2 Level Up LLC. Please do me a favor, go to their page, like their page, and also if you're looking to travel or book a condo, a luxurious condo, a Airbnb, definitely look them up. Use reference code J, that's Jaye. And we're also being brought to you by Delaware Inc. Guys, he have his fall line in, long sleeve shirts, hoodies, very comfortable and very stylish. So do me a favor, go to his page, Delaware Inc. Place your order today. Use reference code J. Again, that's Jaye. Guys, listen. Okay, our first hot topic. I absolutely have to discuss this, and we have to weigh in on this. So now, what do you all think? Let's talk about this, and please, can we talk about it? And not too many people. Don't y'all try to get all up in your feelings and be all judgmental about this. But what do you all think about R. Kelly being found guilty on all those counts? Do you think that it was fair? Do you think those charges that he received and the sentence, do you think that that was fair? And are you still listening to R. Kelly's music today? Are you still an R. Kelly fan? What do you all think about the R. Kelly situation, the verdict? Are you on board with banning his music, or are you still going to listen to? Are you still an active R. Kelly fan or active R. Kelly supporter? What are you guys' thoughts on that? This man is facing all of those doggone years. Now listen. Let me just say this. I am not for any type of crimes or anything against children, minors, or any of that. I am not condoning any of that. But what I do ask is that I'm asking this. Was there really a crime committed? It's too much hearsay. It's too many speculations. It's too much. It's just too much corroboration. It's too much. My favorite word. It's too much bull junkie that is associated with this case. And for him to receive that type of sentence. Now, let me just say this. George Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin. He's free. He's maybe somewhere sipping on a latte. You got Derek Chauvin. He's going to serve less than 15 years and he'll be out, okay? You got doggone it, the cops that killed Laquan McDonald. He's serving less than 7 years. 30 years? Really? Everybody that is involved with this situation with R. Kelly, 30 years, really? Nobody lost their life. Nobody was shot. No, 30. Are we? Is that really the type of justice? Like, I'm just trying to understand. Somebody has to help me make that type of verdict. Help me make that make sense. Again, I don't condone any type of crimes against any children. I don't condone any of that. But I don't understand how is all the accusers, everybody is still living and breathing, and we can go and tell our versions of the stories and things of that nature. No one died. However, you got people that got blood on their hands, black blood on their hands, and they're still walking free. So somebody please help me understand that justice. I don't understand the justice for all in that type of situation. I just don't. Do I think that R. Kelly is guilty of some bullish? Absolutely. Do I think that he's guilty of the bullish that has been stacked up against him? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Am I still going to support him? Absolutely. Am I still an R. Kelly fan? Absolutely, I am. And I go on record saying that I do. I do, because again, when you look at it, it's too easy. It was a too easy. Somebody had to take the fall for it, and unfortunately, it was him. Do I think? Listen, should he have went to jail for some ish? Yeah, probably. 30 years? Not at all. Not at all. So it's just like everything that you read and you see, we're responding based upon all the things that we see in the media. But have you ever sat back and just thought like, dang, it's all of this stuff. What did this man do? Who did he tick off that has made them come after him like that? That's what I asked myself. Like, okay, what really happened? Like, what caused all this to kind of catapult? Because again, when you see people that have been convicted of murder and they're still walking around, I don't understand how a man that's being accused of all, because it's still, again, accused. There is no proof. No, everything is speculation. So this man is in jail because people are in their feelings. He's in jail because people are in their feelings. Stephen, you're saying, I can't say, but think about Bill Cosby, something that happened 60 years ago. By the same time, I knew Kelly exactly what he was going to be, because he claimed he'd been molested as a kid. Again, you are so right about that, Stephen. 60 years old. It's just like, you got to think about and question, is this really justice? Like, I mean, who is this justice for? Because again, justice seems to be blind when it comes to Black people. Just look at what they're doing to the immigrants from Haiti. Justice is blind for us. Everybody else, it's just like, listen, there's justice for all other people. So when we say Black and brown, please stop combining the two, because the Black and brown, we're totally different. We get different treatment. Black folk get spit on, kicked on, and all this other stuff. They make exception for all of the other ones. If you're brown and all this, listen, I still love you, but listen, we not in the same category. We get the brunt of, we get treated, okay? Treated with a capital T. We get treated. There are special conditions and special privileges that brown people are starting to get. Those Black people, we don't get those same privileges. So we got to be ever ye so mindful when we're casting each other out like that. It's just like, we throwing away all. This man has contributed more than 20 some years to this music game just to go out like this. Again, I don't condone any type of crimes against children and minors and rape and molestation and any. I don't condone any of that. Do I think he's guilty of that? No. Do I think that he's guilty of, tasting that forbidden fruit that some people done put? And listen, he tasting it, and then this one over here tasting it, and this. Do I think he partaked in a little bit of that? Oh, absolutely I do. Absolutely I do. What I'm saying is, if you're going to take one down, take them all down. But I need it to make sense. I need it to make sense on how is George Zimmerman still free, but y'all finna throw R. Kelly up under all of the jails. I don't understand that. So somebody got to help me understand that, how he's free, how the cop that killed Laquan McDonald, he's gonna be free soon. Doggone it, Derek Chauvin, he will be free before R. Kelly is. And he called the murder that he committed caused the whole uproar in the world. So y'all gotta help me tonight. Help me make it make sense. J Law, you're saying he could be both guilty of all of what is said about him and get 15 or 20 years. 30 years is excessive. I have bigger concern with him getting help. Steven, you're saying people in power just stepped in and said, oh, he acting a fool. Let's get him. Pretty Barbie saying, hey, Jay, hey, happy Thursday evening, Sister Jay. Hey, Pretty Barbie, how you doing? J Law, J Law, here's the thing. 15 to 20 years, I ain't even on board with that. Because again, how do we give him 15 to 20 years, but George Zimmerman is free? I don't get it. So we gotta show the same clemency that we showing for these full-fledged convicted killers. So I don't get it. Again, I don't condone all of this feeling on you. I don't condone all of that. But this is some straight BS, some straight BS. And again, I'm not on board with it. Am I still gonna listen to his music? Absolutely. Absolutely, positively. I'm still an R. Kelly fan, and I'm definitely hoping that he gets some attorneys that are really going to work and represent him, because I don't think that his team has done a really good job of representing him. But you guys continue to let me know what you think about it. If you want to call in and chime in on the topic, 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. So, guys, listen. Our next hot topic. Now, what do you guys think about this? Marriage, being married. Should you be eligible to should you be eligible to renew your marriage license every 4 to 5 years, just like you have to renew your driver's license and things of that nature? Should every 4 years you say, okay, listen, it's time to renew this marriage license, or should it continue to be what it's supposed to be until death do us part? Should it continue to be that way, or should they, you know what? Listen, Jay, yeah, this being married, yeah, I think that license needs to come up. We need to have a every 4-year review period, just to make sure I still want to be attached to this Bama over here. So I think we should do that. What do you guys think? Should marriage licenses be up for renewal every 4 years, just like a driver's license? Should marriage licenses be eligible for review every 4 years? What do you guys think about that? Again, me, when I get married, it's gonna be to death do us part. So we're not gonna need every 4-year review. Our marriage is over when you bury me and throw that dirt over me, and when I'm like this, that's when our marriage is over. But I'm not going through all this divorce bull junkie, and I'm not going through all of this renewing our marriage license every 4 years. You marry me, you stuck with me. You are stuck with me. I'm gonna be a real old ball and chain right around your ankle. I'm gonna be the ball, and then I'm gonna be a heavy one too around your ankle. So you think you getting away from me? No, you not. Listen, you better think twice about them two death do us parts, because I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm like, wait a minute now, sugar. We said to death. So if you not dying tomorrow, then you not getting rid of me. But it's just like, no, I don't want my marriage license to be renewed every 4 years. No, when we stand there before God, we are promising and promising and promising forever. We are promising that. So you have Stephen, you're saying, oh well, time to go. Just get a person don't trust, understand me, and you go to give your vows back, that depends on that person's feelings. Well, again, that's where you got to be so mindful, and you got to make sure that you're choosing the right person, because it's like people nowadays, they don't really value marriage. We don't really value commitment. We don't really value the work that comes into making a marriage work. And although I've never been married, you know, I understand that it's gonna be work, because just like with like business relationships and things of that nature, I often look and I say, you know what, when I go through like different things, like working, in business and things of that nature, and just collaborating with different things and different people on different projects, I often ask myself, man, this is hard. This is a challenge, trying to, just become, trying to come on one accord. And I often ask myself, like, dang, what would I do if this was, if I was married and I was having this conversation, or I was having this challenge? Would I just throw in the towel on the marriage because I couldn't get past this situation? So I often ask myself, and it's just like when it comes to partnership situations, and it's just like you have to be willing to give your right for a person's wrong if you love them and if you want to be with them. Does that mean settle? Absolutely not. It just means that you're being wise in your decisions and you're choosing your battles. It's like every fight that you invited to, you don't have to show up for. So it's just like know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Sometimes in life, you may find yourself holding on to a whole lot of ish if that relationship or if that marriage is worth saving. So sometimes, you know what? We got to know when to give a little and to give a little, get a little and give a little. Sometimes, it's about give and take. Sometimes you may be on the giving side a whole bunch more than on the receiving side, but you have to determine if that relationship or if that marriage is worth you continuously giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. Because again, you did promise until death do you part. You did promise for better or for worse. Nobody said that you were going to have more better days than, worse days. So it's just like, I don't know, just like we can't be so quick to give up on marriages and marriages, especially marriages, because I'm gonna tell y'all something. This dating pool, you're gonna continuously hear me say this until there is a change. But this dating pool is very, very murky, and it's very much polluted with pee. It's very much so, it's very, very, very much so polluted. So if you have the opportunity to exit the dating pool, listen, I'd say if it's a good fit and your feet are only cold because you don't think you want to give up, being out here in these streets. Listen, these streets are getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I promise you, you don't want to be out here in these streets if you don't have to be. You don't want to be out here in these streets because it is just not, absolutely not worth it. Hey Marcus, how you doing? It's not worth being out here in these streets. Hey Sean, how you guys doing? J Law, you saying I think it should be a license. You have to renew the first 10 years just to check in. Most marriages don't last 3 years. Those are the hardest years for a lot of people. Maybe within the first years, make counseling mandatory. Okay, it's only one part I agree with you on, J Law, and that's the counseling. I think the counseling, but again, 10 years, nope. When we say I do, you stuck with me. So if you ain't dead in 10 years, then you not getting rid of me. So I'm just sorry. If you have not taken that dirt nap, you are not getting rid of me. Like listen, you're gonna have to kill straight over in order for you to get rid of me. And then even then, I may come and try to wake you up out of your death and be like, you know what? No, you checked out too soon. You don't get to get a free pass. You're not leaving me here. You come on, bring your end right back here. But no, we not doing no We're not doing no trial. So don't die on me because I'm going to hunt you. I'm going to say, come back, come back, come back. And that's all you're going to hear me saying. You dead. And you're going to hear me, come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. Because you're not getting rid of me that easily. So again, when getting married, I know especially for a lot of women, we focus on the ceremony and the dress and things of that nature. We focus on all of that. But we got to start focusing on the work. Marriage is work, and we got to focus on that work. Are we prepared to put that work in? Like, what type of work are we prepared to put in to a marriage? Are we, listen, again, are you the person that you always right? You, so every situation, you write about everything. You never, sometimes it's just like, even if you are right, sometimes you have to give up your right for that person's wrong to keep peace. Let me tell y'all this one word that a lot of us don't know and we don't practice. We have to compromise. We have to compromise. Now listen, she's sitting up here just talking the side of your ear off. She just talking the side of your ear off. If you want her to shut up, don't tell her shut up. Just like, you right. That's me. You know what? Even if people don't be right, that's my nice way of saying shut up. I'm just like, you right, or not even, shut up, but you right. Whatever it is, beloved, whatever it is, you right. We gonna go ahead on and we gonna move on to the next subject. So am I right, or are you just saying that so you can shut me up? Wait a minute. I just told you was right. So what am I right about? Whatever you say, that's what we gonna roll with, because at some point you have to determine what's worth arguing for and being mad over. Is that situation worth, keep on, just focusing on it, or is this something, what, it don't even matter. Like, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna let them have this, and we're just gonna move forward. We got to be able to compromise. Listen, compromising is not settling. Compromising does not mean that you're weak. It means that you're strategic and that you're smart, that you know how to maneuver around a situation so that you can move forward. But we definitely need those things. We definitely need to be able to compromise so that we can all get what it is that we're trying to get out of the situation. But should marriages and the licenses be renewed every 4 years or so, like a driver's license? Absolutely, positively not. Again, when I get married, he's stuck with me until he died. He better not die too soon, because I'm gonna bring him back to life, because I'm like, listen, I have like a few more years to get on your last nerve. So you not checking out on me. We get married and he died 3 years into the marriage. Oh no, you coming back. I'm gonna have to bring him back, because I got about 20 more years that I need to get on your nerves. So you don't get to check out and die, you keel over after 3 years. Oh no, I owe you another 20 to 30 more years of getting on your nerves. So you not checking out like that on me. So if you guys feel that way, listen, they can't check out. But be honest about who you are in the dating stage. And listen, we got to take the time to get to know each other, because again, a lot of times people get together off all of these superficial things. She likes sound gun, he likes sound gun, listen, nope. See, that's how these divorces be coming 6 months, 2 to 3 years later, because y'all never got the chance you never got the time to get to know each other. Here's the thing, I'll say this. When you can identify things that you don't like about the person that you with, then y'all got a good chance on getting, and this is before you get married. If you can identify things that you don't like about them, but if everything is still all roses and peaches and cream, and they ain't did nothing to get on your last good nerve, you probably don't need to be thinking about getting married, because you guys don't know each other like that, because y'all ain't even got on each other's nerves. So how can you marry somebody that you have not absolutely positively gotten on their nerves. Like, you have to be able to get on somebody, because then now you get to know that person. But if all you see is the pretty fluff stuff, then you really don't know that person. Like, you guys really don't know each other, and you have to take the time to get to know each other, because again, if everything is all peaches and cream, relationships are not all peaches and cream. So I know for sure marriages are not all peaches and cream. So if you can't look at your partner and say, you know what, oh, I can't stand the way he chew, or oh, I can't, oh, she's so loud, she get on my last nerve talking that loud. If you cannot identify things that you dislike about your partner, then maybe you don't know them as well as you think you do. And maybe you're not ready to get married. And that may be a thing to help people, that could actually save people from getting a divorce, because you realize, man, I don't even really know this person like that. I don't really know him like that. I don't really know her like that, because all I can see is the fra. It's not going to always be fra. It's not, because he going to say something that's going to take you totally out of character, and you're going to need God himself to bring you back, to help bring you back to the land of the living, to help bring you back to focus. She's going to do something that is going to get on your everlasting nerves. She may do it every single day, or every time you talk to her, or every time you see her. But if you haven't identified something like that, maybe you don't know them as well as you think you do. So, guys, listen, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into, but we also have a special in studio guest with us tonight. So we're going to come back after this break. We're going to bring him in. Mr. Bob Stanley, his daughter, Jackie Stanley, will be calling in from Bobby Toes. They're going to share their amazing story, and they're going to tell you how you can order their product. So please stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
And no, it doesn't take a lot to please me. I like my woman loyal and stays right by my side. Oh, yeah. She my body, I'm a Clyde, and always down to ride. Oh, yeah. Let's not get it twisted. She gotta be a freak, a woman in the street. Let her grow up in a bedroom. Ain't no limitation. Yeah, we do what grown folks do. Know how to climb on top and then she ride it like a rodeo. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, now that's my type for sure. She's saucy in bikinis, plus she bad and bougie. She gotta compliment my style, that's how I do it. I'm a true lover. It's gotta be something about her that I like. I'm a true lover. I need to feel something special when I stare in her eyes. I'm a true lover. I'm very picky when it comes to my life, but when I choose her, I'm a spoiler for life. Said it's not always to choose in love. Now I can't stand the jealous side, cause I don't do the drama. Oh no, I'm a choose, cause I'd rather make love to relieve that energy. Oh yeah, she gotta know exactly what love means. And when I show affection, she receives. I'm a choosy lover, cause yeah, I got a lot to give, but I'm too grown to play the game. I don't even entertain. So please don't get it twisted. Take it to the bone. When she move her body, it just gotta turn me on. She just like a coke bottle, like an hourglass. Thicker than a snicker, gotta watch her when she has. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, now that's my type of sure. She's saucy in bikinis, plus she bad and bougie. She gotta compliment my style, that's how I do it. I'm a true lover. It's gotta be something about her that I like. I'm a true lover. I make her feel something special when I stare in her eyes. I'm a true lover. I'm very picky when it comes to my life. But when I choose her, I'm a spoiler for life. Said it's levels to choose in love. Are you the one that I've been searching for? The type of girl I visioned in my dreams, babe. Are you the one that makes me happy? So happy. Yeah. The one that makes my life feel so complete, so complete. Can you satisfy my sexual desires, baby? Baby, can you? And can you be the one that's always in my fantasy? Baby, can you? Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, now that's my type. She's saucy in bikinis, plus she bad and bougie. Gotta compliment my style, that's how I do it. I'm a true lover. It's gotta be something about her that I like. I'm a true lover. I need to feel something special when I stare in her eyes. I'm a true lover. I'm very picky when it comes to my life. But when I choose her, I'm a spoiler for life. Said it's levels to choose in love.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You guys, Ishi's out tonight, but we have a special in studio guest with us. We have Bob Stanley from Bobby Toads, and we also have his daughter, Jackie Stanley, online from Bobby Toads. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. Please do me a favor. Tell everyone a little bit about yourself, about your company, and then we'll have Jackie join in. Jackie, can you hear us?
Yep, all
Okay.
good over here.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So, name is Bob Stanley. Our company is called Bobby Toads, BOBBITOADS. And we are so unique. I was a printer my entire life, and I was on vacation with my family, and I had this dream from God to start a different company. So, I mean, I actually quit college to start my first company, and it was really hard. And I'm on vacation, have this dream, and it's God telling me to invent girl sneakers with molded nails, embossed nails in the cap that can be polished up.
Wow.
And little girls can polish them up to match their outfits, their moods, their school colors. And then I'm told to name them Bobby Toads, and I'm told to help the Mission of Our Lady of Angels in Humboldt Park.
Oh, really?
Which I never heard of before.
Wow.
But I guess in 1958, it was destroyed by fire, and there were a lot of people that were killed in this fire. So I'm like, man, this is really weird. So I wake up from this dream, and I start sketching what was in the dream, the name, the nails, the mission. And I'm like, all right, let me just keep this in the back of my head. I mean, it sounds cool, but considering I had no experience in fashion, all I've known is printing my entire life. I'm like, this is kind of crazy. So I get back to work after vacation, and I always go through our print shop, and I was looking for new customers that came in while we were gone. And as I'm walking through the shop, I see one of our new customers is this Mission of Our Lady of Angels
Really?
that was in Humboldt Park, that was in my dream that I'm supposed to help. And I'm like, man, this is just getting crazier by the minute. So I tell my brothers, who are my partners, and my nephew, and I'm like, man, I might have to actually start pursuing this and see what's involved. Long story short, I ended up giving my partners a 5-year notice that I had to step down to pursue this dream from God, which was actually kind of scary because I'm very faithful, but there was fear involved in stepping into the unknown, into a different industry. Instead of retiring, I'm going into a different business, which really made no sense. It's like, why do I want to keep working? But I'm like, wait, if I had this dream, I'm not taking any chances. I better follow it.
Absolutely.
So it ended up working out where Jackie and I talked, and Jackie was graduating from the University of Miami at the time. I'm like, Jackie, this is like way too much work for just me. What do you say we become the daddy-daughter duo and go into business together? And I tell you what, that's probably the best blessing out of the whole thing, is that I get to work with my little girl.
And with that, we're going to bring in little girl, Miss Jackie Stanley. How you doing today, Jackie?
Hi, I'm doing so well. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, please do me a favor. Tell everyone a little bit about yourself and how you tie in with the whole vision.
Yeah, of course. So, as my dad mentioned, I am his daughter.
It's a little girl.
Little girl.
I mean, little girl, 31-year-old little girl.
Absolutely.
But so, I mean, it was crazy because I remember being on vacation when I was a kid and him showing us, like, sketching out these shoes that you can paint with nail polish. And we're like, oh my gosh. And then having the charity from in his dream tie into real life with the print shop. It was just the coolest thing. It was crazy. And at that time I was just a kid, so I didn't realize I would become part of this as well. But it's, I mean, such a blessing that this is how my life turned out and has turned into, being able to work on this. Just because, I mean, the whole concept, and it's awesome working with my dad, but I've also always loved shoes and nail polish. And now we make little stuffed animals. And I think that's my third obsession. So if little Jackie knew that older Jackie was going to be doing this, I don't think she'd believe it.
So now do me a favor. Tell everyone how they can get in contact with you all and how they can place an order for your product.
Oh, of course. Okay, so you can go to our website, which is bobbytoads.com. So BOBBITOADS.com. And we actually made a promo code exclusive for your viewers and listeners. So the promo code is JSPOT, JAYESPOT. And that'll be for 20% off and free shipping on our website.
Okay, guys, did you hear that? 20% off, J-Spot, Jaye. So definitely do me a favor, you guys. Place your order today. We'll have the link on our page. We'll have everything on how you can get in contact with Bobby Toes, with Bob and Jackie. We'll definitely have their information on our page. So do you want to give them your personal information if they have any questions, if they want to reach out? How do they do that?
If they want to reach out to us, they can go at info@bobbytoads.com.
Okay. Now, are you guys in any stores yet? Are you trying to get in any stores, or right now are you just online, have your online
We're
shops?
all online right now. And we're actually starting sports licensing for our little mini plushies. And we just got into a major sports team, or the university actually. And I've had a few retailers reach out to us now.
Oh, wow.
To
That's
start,
good.
yeah, to start selling. So this will be really, really interesting. So we want to start licensing our little plushies for the schools because we do them for some major league teams, and college sports are really cool. I mean, I follow a lot of teams. Go Miami Hurricanes.
Well, listen, we are definitely excited about that. So again, thank you so much, Jackie. Thank you guys so much. And please, again, we have 20% off, 20% off. The reference code is JSPOT, Jaye, 20% off. Do me a favor, go ahead and go to their page. Tell them that we sent you, and we thank you guys so much. These are so nice. Like, you know, I really love those purple ones down there. Like,
oh, yeah, and the nails light up.
The purple sparkly is, guys, they light up. They definitely
These have little nails that light up.
You know what? Guess what? It's right in time. This is Christmas season, so these are going to make some great Christmas gifts for the little girls all over. So definitely,
and little boys now too.
You got the little boys?
Oh yeah, we've got little boys ones in here somewhere.
So definitely, you want to reach
little boys
out
now too,
and place your order today, and give them the website again so that they can
www.bobbytoads.com.
Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Jackie. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us on. We appreciate it.
brainstorming, hoping that you would come back.
Welcome back
That's why I
to
had all the
the
fellas
J
singing,
Spot,
you
where
know.
we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You guys, she's out for the evening, but she's definitely online in the feed. So I want to thank her for holding me down behind the scenes. Thank you guys. I want to thank my in-studio guest that was here earlier, Bob Stanley, and his daughter, Jackie Stanley, that joined us on the phone. Bobby Toad. So definitely do me a favor. Go to their page. Check out their merchandise. Place your order today. They have an awesome, awesome shoe collection for little kids. So they have an amazing story and they're on an amazing mission. Use reference code JSPOT, JAYE, spot for 20% off. Definitely, guys, go and share and help forward their, help spread the word about their mission. Want to thank you guys so much again for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page, like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled JAYE for all three. Tonight's episode is being brought to you by 2 Level Up LLC, our Airbnb condo partners. Please do me a favor, go to their page. We have the link in our feed. Go to their page, place your order to go ahead and make your reservation today, or just go through and check out the property. Go and like the page and, support them, and also use your reference code JAYE. And we're also being brought to you by Delaware Inc. He has his fall line out tonight. It's out. Long sleeve, nice, comfortable t-shirts, and he has the sweaters, the hoodies out, really great fall colors. So you also want to go to his page, Delaware Inc. Place your order for a hoodie or t-shirts or the long sleeve shirts today. Use reference code J, and that's JAYE. Now, guys, listen, if you want to tune in, if you want to chime in on tonight's hot topics, our number is 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. Now, listen, you guys, here's the next hot topic. So a husband, he has a best friend, and it happens to be a woman. So she's getting married, and she does not invite his wife to her wedding, because she can't stand the wife. So when the wife brings it to the husband's attention that, she wasn't invited to the wedding, she gets upset with the husband, and she, demands that he not go to his best friend's wedding, which is a woman, because his wife and his best friend does not get along. So what do you guys think? Is the husband wrong for still going to the wedding if the wife was not invited, or should the wife just fall back and just be cool? Why would you want to go to somebody's wedding that you don't like? Or why would somebody invite you to their wedding and they know good and doggone well that they don't like you? You probably messy, and she don't want your messy behind at her wedding. So she has the right to not want you there. So is the friend wrong, and is the husband wrong for wanting to go to the wedding even though the wife was not invited? What do you all think about that? Hey, Pro Coco, how you doing? You're saying yes, renew. We're not renewing no license. Steven, you're saying got to be more careful. That's what I'm saying. You got to, Steven. You got to be more careful. And hey, Maurice, you're saying no, it's a wrap. No. So what do you guys think? Should this husband listen? The husband has a best friend, and it's a woman. She's getting married, but she says that the husband, which is the best friend, says, listen, your messy wife, she can't come. You know why? Your wife can't come because she always in some mess. So no, she cannot come. Your wife is not invited. We are having a small, intimate wedding, and we don't have enough plates or enough food. So no, your messy wife can't come. So should the husband not go to the wedding because the wife is not invited to the wedding? Or should the wife be like, okay, well, listen, go ahead and wish the husband well and wish him to go on to the wedding, because It's his best friend. Like, you only witnessed this one time. Or should she be upset that the husband is going? So she's saying then he can't go either. Why can't he go if just because the friend don't want the messy tail wife to go? The wife may be messy. Would you want somebody that you don't get along with at your wedding? I know I don't want to be sitting staring at my beloved's eyes and his face, and I look out in the audience and I see somebody that I don't like. I'll be like, oh, who invited her? So I know I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So listen, the wife don't have to be invited to the wedding, and the husband should still be able to go to the best friend's wedding. You saying because he can't, he going. You can't go. That's why you can't go. That type of attitude right there. That's why you're not invited to the wedding right there. That mess right there is why you cannot be invited to the wedding, because you know why? They already knew you weren't going to do right, because they saw how you showed out at Christmas, or you probably showed out at the New Year's Eve party, and now she don't want you at her wedding, or she think that you was trying to hook your girl up with one of her best friends' men. That's why you can't go. That's why you were not invited to the wedding. So no, the husband can still go, but you stay your tail at home and you stop watching them housewives shows. See, that's why you can't go, because you acting like a housewife. You cannot be acting like one of these wives that ain't really wives off the housewife show. That's why you're not invited. You are not invited. You're saying we is a family, and we is going to say a family. You can be a family after this man comes back from the wedding. But do you guys think that it is okay for the husband to attend the wedding of his best friend and the wife was not invited to the wedding? You said I was trying to hook my girl over her. Absolutely. That's why you're not invited to the wedding. They already think that you was out there being messy. They was like, nah, we're gonna leave messy Madeline at home, because see, we ain't got time. The bridesmaids about to be fighting with the wife on doggone the wedding day. She ain't got time for it. She did right. She did right by not inviting the wife. Listen, because she already knew how messy his wife was. She like, listen, I'm sorry, but Tasha staying to too much stuff. She ain't gonna be able. Listen, Derek, I'm sorry, but Tasha staying to too much stuff. You know Tasha is messy. I'm not gonna be able to do it. She's not gonna be able to come to the wedding because she messy. That's just it. She's just messy. So should he be able to go? Absolutely. She just gonna have to have rocks in her jaws. He gonna have to say, listen, baby, see, this why she didn't invite you, because look, you getting mad at me because I got invited to. Now what you mad at me for? I ain't do it. That's the problem right there. That's your problem right there. That's why she didn't invite you. But I don't really suggest you tell her that, because then that's gonna make things even worse and hot for you at home. So you just better, try to find a way to smooth it over. And hopefully you ain't got a crazy wife that don't understand, because sometimes when things don't go our way, our comprehension be, kind of off. Like, we start seeing things blurry. Like when ladies, I don't know, am I the only one? Like when things don't go your way, do you start seeing things in a blurry way? We got a caller. Thank you for calling the J Spot. This is Jay speaking. State your name and where you're calling from. Oh, no, and no. Never. What's going on, E? You right, I was about to say, Derek? I was just talking about Derek. I was like, wait, Derek done called the station? Mm-hmm. What's going on, E? Because you over there talking a whole bunch of mess. Now, why he can't go?
You ain't going to no dang wedding.
Now you don't sound
to no wedding. I said so. I ain't like her ass. You know how?
Right now, that's why she didn't invite you, because that tone.
He going. He can take a picture. She can send a picture.
That attitude right there is why the wife did not get invited to the wedding, for that attitude right there. That's why she can't go.
That's why he ain't going.
He gonna go though, because you can't turn down. That's the best friend.
Well, I guess I got to see my best friend.
See, now you can't go putting a hoo-ha on restriction because he want to go to see his best friend get married.
Yes, I can. They Zoom stuff all nowadays. Everything is technology now. she can do a little Facebook Live for the wedding. That's what you're going to do anyway. So he can sit right in the house with me and watch the little funky wedding while I watch The Simpsons. So.
Well, we got, listen, Pretty Barbie, she said it would be kind of hard to accept, but when the other mate is messy and always looking for trouble, then, oh, well, absolutely. Thank you so much. Nichelle, she's saying, what's the call? What's the number to call in? Nichelle, the number is 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. So he can't go.
He can't go.
And that's
because I'm messy.
And that's what I'm saying. So now the whole family got to suffer because the wife
ain't gonna miss him.
The wife
related to them people.
The wife ain't even right, and she don't even want him to come because they done borrowed her out. Now he finna listen. She already showed out at the 4th of July barbecue. Now she's trying to ruin the wedding.
I said what I said.
Derek, we keeping you lifted in our prayers, my brother. We keeping you lifted in our prayers. So hopefully Tasha lets you go. These are fictitious, characters that I've just come up with, So if there is a real Derek and a real Tasha, I don't know y'all anyway. So,
Put that suit down.
It's who you yelling at, the cat?
The suit. He trying to put his suit on to go to this wedding. Put that suit down. You ain't going.
No, he going. He gonna go ahead on. He gonna see what he gonna do is he gonna start an argument with you, and then he gonna still go to the wedding. Hey, everybody on Instagram down there. I can't really see y'all comments, but I thank y'all so much for tuning in because it's like right down. Okay, it's right down on down yonder from everything. But I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. So again, our call-in number is 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. Now listen, guys, our next hot topic. If you guys feel like I feel about this, hopefully tonight, when we talk about this, hopefully this settles this bull junkie for once and for all. Ladies, the fellas want to know, what do you bring to the table in a relationship? What do you bring to the table in a relationship? The fellas want to know. They keep asking, what do you bring to the table? If you want to call in and share what you bring to the table, the number is 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. If you want to call in and let the fellas know, ladies, the fellas want to know, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? When I'm going to start saying, listen, I'm going to stress you out. That's what I'm going to bring to the table. Hopefully that's just honest enough, because that's what I'm just going to start saying. Stress, high blood pressure, that's what I bring. That's what I bring to the table, because at this point, like, I'm not even up for the interview questions anymore. I'm just not. Like, I'm not, listen, it's like I'm auditioning for a role. What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? I'm gonna bring the Toms to the table for your indigestion. That's what I'm gonna bring to the table. What else do you want me to bring to this table? I'm gonna bring the Toms. I'm gonna bring some Tylenol 3 with codeine for your back pain. What else do you want me to bring? That's about all that I'm bringing to the table. Because at this point, if we have gotten a chance to talk and we know each other, if you still have to ask me what I bring to the table, then again, my answer is going to be, I'm going to bring you some Toms for your indigestion, and I'm going to bring you some Tylenol 3 for your pain. That's all I'm bringing to the table. That's all. That's it. That's all. I am no longer answering these type of questions. I'm just over it. Like, I don't know. But ladies, the fellas want to know, what do you bring to the table? What are you bringing to the table, the relationship table? What are you bringing to the table? I'm not bringing nothing. I'm taking the whole table. I'm taking my table and sit it under the chair, in the shade, under the tree somewhere. Sit it in the shade, sit it out the way from everybody, and I'm just gonna sit and I'm gonna watch y'all all do it. Because again, this dating pool has TT in it. She's saying my EBT card. He said she brings her EBT card. She brings her EBT card to the table. So can you buy some Toms on your EBT card? because I need to get him some Tums and some Tylenol 3 because that's what I'm gonna be bringing to the table. So she says she's bringing her EBT card. I'm gonna bring some Tums and some Tylenol 3 to the table. That's all. I'm gonna bring the Tums for your indigestion and then the Tylenol 3 for the headache that I'm gonna give you. So that's what I'm bringing to the table. Like that's what I'm gonna bring to the table. And guess what? Listen, ladies, don't get offended stop getting offended by this question. Stop getting offended because here's the thing. When you know your worth, these questions like this, that some guys ask these questions as a way to demean women, as a way to be derogatory towards them. But I tell you this, stand strong in who you are. Know who you are, be confident in you, who you are, and always keep your head up. Always keep your head up. It don't matter if you got kids, if you've been married, divorced, whatever the situation is that you've come through, always keep your head up. If this man don't see what you bring to the table, that's okay. Guess what? He's not the man for it. Don't get discouraged because see, here's the deal. Most people, when they see a real diamond, they don't recognize it. So don't get offended by it. Don't get offended. You're not for everybody. You just want the right one. The right one is going to know what you bring to the table. The right one is going to scoop you up because he sees what you can bring to the table. He sees what you can add to his life. So don't feel like you have to jump through all these hoops and hurdles to prove who you are to a man. If he doesn't see it, it's okay. It's okay. Don't get mad. Don't get upset. Don't get all in your feelings. Don't feel that you're less than. Don't feel that. Listen, don't feel any of that. Respect his vision. Respect what he does not see and keep it moving. Because what he does not see doesn't mean that you're not that. He just can't see it. We all don't see things the same way. And it's okay. Everybody is entitled to have their own perception. Just don't you fall into what their perception is. You stay true to yourself. So if their perception of you doesn't line up with who you know you are, it's good. Don't even worry about it. She's saying only got $2 on it. Listen, we're going to need more than $2 on your EBT, my love. And he is also saying it can be asked back to the fellas because men who most of the times ask these questions can't even answer them themselves. And then Pretty Barbie, she's saying, Sister J Vance, thank you so much for the encouragement. You're welcome, Pretty Barbie. Again, you always got to remember, and I used to tell my son this, you have to march to your own beat. You make your own beat. You make your own drums. Listen, it's your beat. Stop trying to keep up what society says you should be or what you should not be. Do your own thing. Be you. Feel free to be you. Stop trying to be like all these other people. My son be like, you the only one to drink coffee through a straw. Good. People gonna think you crazy. Good. Doesn't matter to me. Guess what I'm doing? I'm sitting drinking my coffee out of a straw. I'll drink my hot coffee out of a straw. It doesn't matter to me. Do whatever makes you happy. Be who you are. If what you bring to the table is not sufficient for what he is looking for, get up and walk away from the table. It's okay to get up and say, you know what? All right, I'm good. Get up and walk away from the table. If what you bring to the table is not good enough for people, get up and walk away. Go find another table to sit at. But stop letting these people make you feel like you're less than. Stop making it. And fellas, listen, stop with the backhand, the reverse psychology. Stop with all that because you're not secure in who you are or what you bring in. Stop trying to do that to some of these, because some of y'all, listen, I'm talking to some of y'all. I'm cool with a whole bunch of you, and you know you're not right. You as wrong as two left shoes are. So stop doing that. But ladies, stop falling for that, getting all, oh, well, he said I don't do this and I don't bring. So what? You don't do it for him. It's okay. You stop trying to be everybody's cup of coffee and everybody's cup of tea. Listen, rock out, do your own thing. Feel free to be the woman that you are. And again, if what you're bringing to his table is not good enough, get up. Go back to your own table. That's what you got to do. You got to get up. Stop making it seem like you're not good enough, because you are. You are good enough, and you're even more. Again, if he doesn't see that, it's okay. Stop trying to convince him to see it. Stop trying. Listen, it's tiresome. Oh, well, I'm gonna show him. I'm a good woman. I'm a right. Listen. If he ain't synced it in all this time, he not gonna see it. You wasting your breath, my love, trying to beat a dead horse. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Pretty Barbie, you saying that there is nothing wrong with drinking out of a straw. Yeah, you know what? Listen, them straws will bless your spirit and to keep the front of your teeth from staining with the coffee. You know, I learned that that's a trick. But again, when asked, what do you bring to the relationship tables, ladies? If they can't see it, this is not something that should have to be explained, in my opinion. Like, a man, he shouldn't eat. To me, this question shouldn't even be asked, because my thing, the way I see it is, if you don't see what I can bring to your table, why are you talking to me? Why are you interested in me? Like, what is compelling you to be interested in me if you don't see what I can bring to your table? Because you got to keep in mind, I got my own table. So if I have my own table over here, I'm going to bring my table to your table. So now we got two tables. If you really want to know what I can bring to the table, I'm going to bring my own table. But if you have to ask that, then it's just like, why are you entertaining these women? If you can't see what they bring to the table, why are you entertaining them? Like, why are we entertaining? Just like, and for women, the vice versa, if you don't see the potential in a man, why are you entertaining them? Like, why are we, if you are in the 30 plus age range, like, what's with all the bull junkie? Like, why are we entertaining each other if you can't see what she brings to the table? Oh, most women, they just, all they can bring is breasts and butt, and I can bring that, I can cook. Well, then listen, my love, continue to do that. Continue to cook your own meal. Continue to do that. Continue to eat at your table alone by your lonesome, miserable self. Only miserable dudes ask this question. In my opinion, like, only dudes that are miserable, well, what can she bring to the table? What do you want her to bring to the table? Because if you don't see what she can bring to the table, why are you even entertaining her? Like, I don't understand. If you don't see something in her, then it's your fault. What are you talking to her for? If you don't see anything in her, if you don't see what she can possibly add to your life, if all you see when you see this woman is something sexual and you don't see anything outside of that, why are you inviting her into your space? Why invite people that you don't see anything, unless all you're looking for is something superficial? Why are you inviting them into your life? Like, in the 30 plus age range, when a man is approaching a woman, of course, I understand men are visual. But once you get past that visual, if you don't see something a little deeper than that, what are you entertaining it for? Like, what are you entertaining her for? Why are you, I don't understand. If you feel like she can't bring anything to your table, move around, sir. Move around. You don't have to stay there. Like, you don't have to invite her in. Move around. Invite somebody else to your table. Like, invite somebody else that you feel that is gonna bring something. But stop getting these women's attention and getting them all riled up. What do you bring to the table? What are you gonna do? What do you wait? Okay, I'm weak. It's just too much. We've become so, this whole society worth of dating, folks, most of us have become so bitter and battered, and we just beating up on everybody. We just saying anything. Like, we're just saying, like, we're so reckless with our mouths and the way we say things to each other. I mean, this social media has got us feeling like Tough Tony. I mean, you got these folks just saying any and everything to each other on social media that you know that they would not dare say half of the bull junkie that they saying on social media. You ain't gonna dare say that bull junkie in person. Pro Coco, you're saying nailed it. E, you're saying some women bring strap-ons for those men that like to be paired. I am not. Somebody take her phone and log her completely OFF. Log E completely off. So again, ladies, don't get offended by the, oh, well, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? Don't get offended by all that bull junkie. Just get up from the table, go back to your table and reset and start all over again. But don't sit up there and continuously entertain this frivolous nonsense when you know who you are. Again, a lot of times when this question is asked, it's asked as a tactic to demean women, because again, a lot of them are listening to these social media folks that's out here just spreading all of this hateful garbage. It's like so much hate, so much negativity, and it's just like, it's ridiculous. We have to get it together, because if not, we are, as Black people, we are going to perish. We're not going to have any Black families, because we don't have any structure. We have lost most of the structure. Most of the family structure has been replaced with this nonsense. So guys, we have to absolutely positively do better. So again, if he feels like you're not bringing anything to the table, or he doesn't recognize what you bring to the table, get up from the table. I mean, get up and leave the table. Just as plain and simple. Get up and leave the table and go back to your table. I mean, take all your stuff and go on back to your table and start all over again. No harm, no foul. Ain't no sense in getting mad and lashing out and doing all for what? What you getting mad for? Getting mad ain't never solved nothing. Get up from the table and go back to your own table. Guys, listen, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. You don't want to miss it, so please stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time.
Girl, you gotta wake up, 'cause you know you ain't supposed to be here. Gotta wake up, 'cause if she finds you, I can't explain it. I put you in a bad situation, but in her eyes it won't look that way. So you just gotta go now. I know I just let you down. I've been doing wrong for too damn long. So good that I lost track of time. I didn't want to ruin. I knew what I was doing. I knew what this girl, you blew my mind. I didn't mean to lead you on, but I gotta tell you, please be gone, baby, please. I didn't mean to lead you wrong. gotta tell you, please be gone. So dangerous, 'cause I know that she would go crazy. It's so dangerous. If she catches going half on the baby, she won't understand. How are you weak from just one touch from your hand, girl? Now you're standing here naked while my leg keeps shaking. 'Cause I don't want you to go. I've been doing wrong for too damn long. I lost the track of time. I didn't want to ruin. I knew what I was doing. Knew what I was doing. You blew my mind. Yeah. I didn't mean to lead you on. But I gotta tell you, please be gone. I didn't mean to lead you on. Be gone. But I gotta tell you, please be gone. I don't want you to go, baby. Don't leave, don't leave. But you're not supposed to be here. I just want you to know, baby. So let me make it clear. Girl, I've never done this before. In fact, you are the only one. I know you think it's on purpose, but it's not, girl. You're just worth it. I've been doing wrong for too damn long. That I lost the track of time. I didn't want to ruin. I knew what I was doing. This girl, you blew my mind. I didn't mean to lead you on. But I gotta tell you, please be gone. I didn't mean to lead you on. Tell you, please be gone. I've been doing wrong for too damn long. That I lost the track of time. I didn't want to ruin. I knew what I was doing. 'Cause girl, you blew my mind. I didn't mean to lead you on. But I gotta tell you, please be gone. I didn't mean to lead you wrong. But I gotta tell you, please be gone.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time, on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jaye. You guys, she's out tonight, but I want to thank you all so much for joining me and tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, listen, tonight's episode of the J Spot is being brought to you by 2 Level Up LLC. They are our sponsors for tonight's show. They are a 2-bedroom luxurious condo right near the United Center. So do me a favor, go to their page, like their page. And also, if you're looking to book the Airbnb, definitely go ahead and go to their page and book it. We have the link inside our comments, and the reference code is J, and that's Jaye. We're also being brought to you by Delaware Inc. He has his fall line in very cool long sleeve shirts, and also he has his hoodies, nice fall colors. So you can also go to his page, Delaware Inc. We have the link in our comments, and use reference code J, and that's Jaye. Now, guys, listen. This next question, oh Lord, have mercy. I swear for Lord. First, let me say thank you so much to the J Spot. Thank you, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. Thank you, 180 Real Talk Chicago. Thank you, 30 and Up Doing Us, Tyson Smith. Thank you, Pit Live. Thank you, the Real MVPs. Thank you so much for everybody. Marshall Commandos. Thank you, everybody. The J Spot, the pages, Pillow Talk with Jay. Thank you, everybody, and anybody that I missed. Thank you all for supporting us. Thank you all for rocking with us. Thank you for everybody that participates and comments and shares. We really appreciate you all, and we thank you. Now, listen, this hot topic right here is some straight bull junkie. But I'm going to read, there was one particular comment for this particular hot topic that was just, I have to bring this comment up. So first, let me get to the hot topic. So the hot topic asks the men in the group, would you forgive your girlfriend if she cheated on you and got pregnant by another guy? So the question was, fellas, would you forgive your girlfriend if she got pregnant, if she cheated on you and got pregnant by another guy? So I get it. Most men said nope. But there was one guy in particular. And I want to say this, ladies. I have to point out, you got to understand, you got to see how you have to pay attention to people's mindset. You got to pay attention to the way people think. I can respect a man that says no. Most men would say no. Got that. I'm not even mad at that. I'm not even mad at the men that say no. But I want to point out to you one comment that one man made that just took no to a whole different level. Like, just say no. But this man said this. First, I have a caller, guys. Thank you for calling the J Spot. State your name, caller, and where you're calling from.
How you doing? My name is Taj. I'm calling from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. How you doing today?
I'm pretty good, and you? Thank you so much for calling in. What's your thoughts on the topic?
So before I even say that, did you know I'm married to your auntie?
You married
cousin.
to?
Cousin, her name is Sabrina Edwards.
Yes, that's my cousin. Yes.
Thanks.
Yes. Hey, sweetheart, how are you?
I'm doing good in yourself.
Good. We got a family reunion going on over this camp today. Well, what did you guys? You want to answer the question? Could you stay with the woman that your girlfriend, that she cheated on you and got pregnant by another man, or was y'all just calling and say hi to me? Because I could take either way. You know, y'all was just calling to say hi to me.
We call and say hi to you first. Now,
Okay.
To answer that question.
Okay, go ahead.
It would depend on one thing. If she's willing to let me have multiple wives in the same household, I'll forgive her. I'll forgive her. I'm good.
I'm gonna walk away from the doggone table. God dog it, you done. See this the boy. Wait, she got to let you have multiple wives
And live in the same house with me, with her. I'm dealing with this stuff the rest of my life. With this seed that ain't mine. You know, lions, whenever they get with a woman and a woman has cubs, they kill the cubs and make new ones.
Got to be more careful. Lord have mercy. I have heard it all. Now listen, I have heard it all. Now listen, you better not let the rest of my family hear you saying that, because listen, the folks in my family is crazy.
So, bro, you just set me up.
Right, they'll be down there on you like where you done identified yourself. These folks are watching, honey. Now you can't be saying that. And they think that, listen, and her brother is crazy. Don't you know that?
I do.
Right, so don't be,
She
listen.
set me up.
But she did set you up. She did.
That wasn't cool. She laughed over him.
I hear her. I'm like, see, she know all these folks listen. But listen, guys, I want to thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I love you, Sabrina.
Take care.
Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Guys, listen. Yeah, listen. These them folks be like, y'all family, he was just playing. Because they'll be down there on them real quick, fast, and herb. No, that's baby girl down there. So no, he was just being comical, family. But listen, the comment that we had in the group, I just got to point this out because I was floored when I read the comment. So again, I'll repeat the question. The hot topic is, men, would you forgive your girlfriend if she cheated on you and got pregnant by another guy? Again, most men are going to say no. That's fine. I can respect that. But this is the bull junkie that I cannot and will not accept. And ladies, Please, 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 please listen up, because there are men, there are dudes that think like this. So this man said, I would forgive her under these conditions. The first one is she has to surrender the baby to the father or an adoption agency. No parental rights. So first of all, this Bama is saying that she got to give up her parental rights. She got to either give her baby to the child's father, or she got to put the baby up for adoption. Okay, that's the first one. She has to get her tubes tied and burned and closed. Okay, that's the second one. No contact with the child ever again. Dude, first of all, who the... Y'all, when I read this, listen, it's so many cuss words that came to mind. I don't even cuss. But reading his, he would accept it and he would stay with her under these conditions. Now, this is the fourth one. He says, I'm allowed to impregnate another woman. The fifth one was, we will take custody of the baby I made with the other woman. Lord, and then she will adopt the new baby as her own. These are my conditions. I don't give a crap what you think. First of all, you ladies, please be ever ye so careful. They're out here. See, this is the stuff gotta be careful for. These dudes out here, and they're trying to make you feel bad because, listen, because of their low self-esteem, because of their insecurity. If that wasn't screaming, I'm an insecure some, I don't know what does. If you want to comment on this topic, the number is 708-223-8953. The number is 708-223-8953. This Bama said she got to give her baby up for adoption, or she has to give it to the father, never have any contact with the baby ever again. Let me tell you something, just to be with your raggedy, slew-footed behind, I'm good, family. I don't need you. And listen, ladies, you don't need that type of energy in your life. You don't see, listen, Bama, that's why she cheated the first time. Because you're raggedy. That's why she cheated in the first place. Thinking like that. Listen, ladies, you don't need, if you ever heard the saying, I can do bad all by myself, that's a classic indication, and that's a classic example on a dude that would make you say, listen, I can do bad all by myself. See, this is the type of dude that makes you glad that you're single. You can just rejoice being single, because if you have to be attached to a dude that think like that, you don't need him. You don't need him. Who need that? Listen, he's saying get your tubes tied and burnt just to be with him? Just so I'm supposed to cut off my opportunity to procreate to keep your raggedy behind? Where they doing this at, Cletus? Why? You gonna help me make it make sense. Cole, you're saying I wouldn't have cheated if the sex was on point. She cheated because his swimmers weren't swimming and his winky stay soft. I'm not with you. I am not with you, E. But listen, you don't listen. When I read that, I'm like, I had to point that out, because see, so many women, they get attached to dudes that think like this. You're putting all these crazy expectations on you just to stay with them, like they're a prize, like they're a catch. Sweetheart, you better catch your own peace of mind. You better keep and hold on to your own sanity. Stop trying to hold on to these dudes that got all of this craziness going on. Run. Save yourself. Stop. Listen, you got to understand when ish is just too, listen, you got to understand and be able to identify these people that need to talk to some professionals. This is clearly a brother that needs to talk to some professionals. His mama didn't hug him enough as a kid. Maybe his grandmama, maybe whoever. He didn't get enough love. Nobody told him they love him. Nobody told him that they care about him. To sit there to think like this man, he didn't even say, I can respect the no. That's fine. I can respect the no. But see, you got to understand when you're dealing with sociopaths and people that are crazy. Now, you may say, oh, those are, he can set a standard. Those are, no. That's not a standard. That's craziness. No, that's a standard. I can get that. F no, I ain't no. I can get that. I understand that. I can accept that. But to expect a woman to have her tubes tied and burnt, to expect her to accept you going out and having a baby by another woman, and then she gave her baby up, but now she's supposed to accept your raggedy bastard. Yeah, right. What? Really? So she's supposed to accept your baby. You done made her just to keep, for what? Who are you? Like, I don't get it. So ladies, you gotta be careful. You gotta pay attention to how these dudes think. That's why it's like we move so fast. Everybody getting caught up into the, oh, he look good. His sex on point. Wait a minute. What about his heart? What about the way he thinks? Like, what about all of that? Like, are we not taking those things into consideration? Because these are the very people that you're going to be in the household with. This is the very person that you're going to have around your kids. Do you really want somebody like that around your kids? Do you really want that type of energy around your kids? I wouldn't even want to have a kid with a dude that thought like that. I wouldn't want to marry a dude that thought like that. So we got to be ever ye so mindful, because, listen, I'm just going to say it. Some of these people crazy, y'all. Some of these folks is just flat out cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, the elevator, listen, does not go all the way up to the top. It gets stuck between the basement and the first floor for some people. And you gotta recognize the people that have the elevators that are stuck. You gotta recognize that and stop getting attached to these folks. Stop thinking that if you press the button long enough that the elevator is gonna become unstuck. No, sugar. No. The elevator is just stuck, honey. It's stuck. There's nothing that you can say or do that's gonna fix it. It's stuck. They cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. The lights are off. Okay, they're off. Their fuse is blown. All of the above. You cannot reason with people that think like that, and you don't. It's like you don't even want to be around this energy. Like, that's some toxic, crazy stuff. Again, it's not the fact of saying no. I can deal with no, but it was all of the crazy conditions that he set in addition to the no. So you definitely just got to be more careful about who you are bringing into your life. Who are you bringing into your circle? You got to be careful with who you're sharing your space with, who you're sharing your time with. And again, just, we got to stop moving so fast and just take a little bit more time to get to know people so that you can know how they think. You can know how they feel, like you can really understand them, like you can really understand like exactly why they say what they say, why they do what they do. And then at that point, you have the option to accept it or reject it, but at least you understand who and what you're dealing with. But you, sir, you are straight for the streets. Like, listen, somebody that think like that, you gotta send them back. You gotta send them back. Pretty Barbie, you're saying, Sister Jaye, especially when they abuse you or threaten to kill you. Absolutely. And that's definitely sounds like that definitely sounds like that's the type of mindset of a dude that could definitely physically hurt you. Those things it was too deep it was too deep on the dark side. Like those things that he expected, his conditions were too dark. And that says something about a person. That says a lot without saying it, if that makes sense. Though his conditions were very, very dark, they were very sociopathic. They were very, very crazy. And you guys got to be mindful of that. It was very controlling. Listen, I'm telling you, listen, you better learn how to kick rocks. Every dude, listen, you can do bad all by yourself. Stop thinking that you need to be in a relationship just to be happy. I said it once and I'll say it again. Stop letting people think just because you're single, it's the kiss of death. It's not. Imagine being with the wrong person and wishing you were single. Now that's the kiss of death. That is the kiss of death right there. Wishing that you were single. Now you can't get out of this ish because you just had to have somebody so bad. I just gotta be in a relationship. I'm about to turn 35 and I gotta get married. Wait a minute. Then you 35 and you get married to doggone it, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Now you be crying, wishing you were single. I wish I hadn't married him. I wish I would have stayed single. So be careful what you wish for, okay? Be comfortable in whatever season you are in and whatever situation you are in. Learn to be content where you are. And what's meant to be, it will be. But you got to stop trying to force things and stop trying to push things that, it may not be your time. Stop putting an age limit on everything. What God has for you is going to come for you when it's your time, if it's meant to be. Everything, marriage ain't going to always be in the cards for everybody. And sometimes you got to be okay with that. But again, you can do bad all by yourself. Don't get to thinking that because you single, oh, I'm 36 and I'm single and I thought I'd be married. Listen, you better be thankful because you don't want to end up with a doggone Jeffrey Dahmer or somebody. Then again, you wishing that you was doggone single. So be ever ye so mindful of those type of things. Pro Coco, you're saying, yeah, that was a little sinister. Exactly. That was really deep. I'm just like, oh, that's too much. Pretty Barbie, you're saying there are even a lot of folks married and ain't even happy. Absolutely. So you have to be happy in whatever season that you are in. But again, stop letting people make you think that, oh, because you're single, again, it's the kiss of death. Being single is what you make it. Being married is what you make it. I have nothing against being married. I definitely believe and support the institute of marriage. So it's just like, I don't believe that, you should, be upset because you're not married. Again, it depends on what you want in life and what your expectations are. It's just like, you got to be ever ye so mindful. Like, you got to be mindful of what it is. But again, you would rather be single and happy than be in a relationship or a marriage and then wish that you were single. So be ever ye so mindful of that, because again, you can end up with the wrong person because you're trying to rush and force some things that probably wasn't meant to be for you either at that moment or with that person. So just be ever ye so mindful. And guys, listen, our final hot topic, fellas, ladies, you guys, listen, this is for both of us. Can you be in a relationship with someone and then they decide to become celibate right in the midst of the relationship? Could you stay in a relationship with somebody? Listen, y'all was getting it on. Listen, you swinging from the chandeliers, doing backflips. They done broke out the handcuffs and all kinds of stuff. They done brought out the fruit roll-ups and the toys. And listen, y'all just having a good old time. And then they decide, you know what? I've been chanting and I've decided to become celibate. Could you stay in the relationship? Now, listen, keep in mind, you were already in a relationship and y'all was already just getting it in. Like, whoa, like I tell you, backflips, ice skating, all kinds of stuff. Like, y'all was just getting it in. Then they decide, they decide they want to be celibate. Listen, I'm going to start chanting. I'm going to start doing some, some refocusing and some recentering. And, I got to get my yin and my yang together. And that requires me to become celibate. Okay. In the midst of y'all getting it on, I mean, y'all done had years of y'all had years of plentiful relations because y'all ain't married, but y'all had them relations, and it's just been fireworks all the time. Every time y'all come together, good God Almighty, ooh, it's just on and popping. And then they decide they're going to become celibate. Could you stay in that relationship with a person that has decided to become celibate? Would you stay in a relationship that was once you guys had a very healthy, active sex life? Now they've decided to be celibate. Could you stay in that relationship? If yes, why? If no, why? If you want to chime in, the number is 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. Could you stay in a relationship with someone that you were once having a really good sex life with? Now they've decided to become celibate. Could you stay in a relationship with that person? Guys, listen. Here's the thing. I definitely support celibacy. I support a celibate lifestyle. However, this right here is unfair. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's like, how could you be in a relationship and listen, you have an active sex life. You have an active sex life, but then you decide to cut them off. That's not fair. That's not the same as you guys starting to date and you were already celibate. You guys were not intimate. That's not the same. They should support your decision to be intimate, to be celibate. However, if you've been turning them up, listen, you done turned them out for the last eight months. Now you decide you want to be celibate and you think they're supposed to stand for that bull junkie? Yeah, no, ma'am. No, sir. No. Coming out the gate being celibate, you got every right to do that. But you cannot cut the sex off in the middle of the relationship. Listen, you done freak them up and down all Friday and Saturday, and then on Sunday you tell them you want to be celibate. No, sir. No, ma'am. You for the streets. We're gonna have to let you go. This model has been discontinued. We're gonna have to let you go. This is your last day. We're not gonna be able to. How do you do that? That will be hard to do. I cannot imagine a person being able to make that type of transition. Again, if you came into the relationship celibate, gotcha. Totally respected. Got it right there. But to try to cut it off in the midst of, and y'all done had some bomb explosive sex, and now because you starting to chant, now I can't get no more? No, ma'am. No, sir, I'm not going to be able to do it. You said, could you, Jay? No, in this situation, no, I cannot. How do we go from, tearing, breaking the headboard? Now we just painting, we finger painting and whistling and what? No, we not going to do that. If we go into it, if we started off and we did not have sex, we didn't have a sex life, then yes, I can respect it and I can stay in that relationship. But you can't turn me out and then say, you know what? Now we not having sex no more. We're not going to be able to do that. Like, how are you going to be able to do that? Like, I don't understand. Y'all going to have to help me. How do you make that transition? Like, how do you go giving this man all this food and now you saying, okay, well, I want to put you on a sex diet. No, that's not going to work. That's not fair. That's not fair. How you going to put her on a sex diet? No. Pro Coco, you're saying first, I would ask if I'm being punked. And E, you're saying they may be doing that because of their end of the sex is not great. It may be the only great for the other person. We're still not going to be able to do that. We're going to have to find some other ways to fix this problem because no, ma'am, no, sir, we not doing we was once turning it all out. Now we're being celibate. We're not doing that one right there. No, we're not. So we bless your ministry though. And you tried though. We appreciate you for trying, but no, we're not going over on these parts. So guys, listen, we're going to go ahead and get into our topic for tonight. Tonight, we're talking about love languages. what's yours. So now listen, love languages. It's so many different ways to view that particular topic. So there are 4 love languages that we commonly refer to as love languages, and that's quality time, affection, and communication. So 3, I'm sorry, 5, but there are 5 love languages that we refer to. So what do you consider your love language? Like, what's important to you? What is the thing that's really important to you? How do you judge how you're feeling and receiving love in the relationship? Like, how do you judge that? What's the thing that's most important to you when you feel that way as far as your love? So we have some people value quality time. So quality time, that's the time that you spend giving the person that you're with your undivided attention in order to strengthen your relationship. And then some people, they like affection. And affection, that's the physical way of showing just how much you care for somebody. It's a fondness that consumes you. It's wanting to touch that person, hug them, and kiss them. But affection doesn't always have to be of a sexual nature. So it does not have to be sexual. It's just sometimes just a nice firm hug. And through a hug, believe it or not, when people hug you the right way, you can feel, listen, when people hug you, you can feel their energy. You can feel if the hug was sincere, or you can feel that it was just just a half hug. I'm be honest. I'm good for half hugging, because I understand the transferring of energy. I understand that. So I can be a real half hugger at times, because it's like, I don't want everybody energy. Like, some people got like negative cooties and negative vibes, and you can get that from hugging people. So I try to be mindful of those different things like that, because I'm just like, I'm very particular about who I allow in my personal space. Like, I'm really not an affectionate person towards people like that I don't know like that. So like, once you're in my personal space, then you good. But if you're not in my personal space, like if I don't invite you in, like you can't get in. And I don't invite a lot of people into my personal space. I just don't. Like, I'm friendly with a lot of people, but I don't let a lot of people into my personal space, because again, you have to definitely guard your energy. But for me, it's so important to recognize what your love language is. And then you got to tell the person that you with, because sometimes people don't know. There's another love language, gifts. Some people like getting gifts, and they give gifts because that's what they think their love language is. So again, according to an online source, there are 5 types of love languages. Again, the first one being quality time, words of affirmation. Some people need for you to tell them how important they are to you and how you feel about them. Acts of service. Some people like when you do things for them just because. Those are acts of service. Some people like gifts. Some people, in order for them to feel like you love them, you got to give them gifts. Other people like physical touch. Again, this could be in the form of hugs or maybe cuddling. But again, it does not have to be sexual. Pro Coco, she's saying it's cuddling for me. Again, what is your love language? Fellas, do you believe in love languages? And do you know your woman or your wife's? Do you know her love language? Like, my love language is time and communication. I need the 2 TC. I need that time in the communication. And the reason why it's time is because how are we going to connect if we're not spending time? If we don't spend time together, there's no connection. Like, How are we connected? Like your vibe is off if you're not spending time with each other. And then if you're not communicating with each other, there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect. Like you can send all the gifts you want, but I can't connect to your gifts. You can send all the words of affirmation, but if we're not spending time together, those words of affirmation can't connect because there's no action behind your words. Physical touch would come. You can't give me physical touch without there being time and communication because, again, there's a disconnect. So if you touch me, I don't feel connected to you because we haven't spent time together. We haven't seen each other. We haven't talked to each other. So the longer you go without seeing a person and talking to a person, there's a disconnection. You start to disconnect from them. That relationship, everything starts to disconnect. So for me, it's so important for the time and it's so important for communication because, again, for me, those are the two, time and communication. It goes hand in hand. I almost want to say for me, it's as one. Time and communication, it's like the same thing for me because you can't have one without the other. We can have the communication, but again, if we don't have the time, then how are we connecting? If we don't spend time together, if we don't see each other, if we're not making time to just connect and just keep our vibe right and keep our connection, what are we doing? How are you doing this? Like, I don't know how relationships survive without spending time with each other. I'm not saying you have to spend all of your time together. It's not about the quantity of time, but it's about the quality of the time that you guys spend together. And that could be, listen, it's so much technology today where you may not be able to physically be in the same room with each other every day or all the time, but you have to make time. Listen, we got to make time to FaceTime each other, every day. We have to FaceTime each other for a few minutes. I have to see your face. I have to connect with you. I have to hear your voice. That's a form of communicating. That's a form of spending time. Even if you're not physically able to do so, you gotta stay connected because if you don't, you lose the fizzle. It dies. It kind of dies. Pro Coco, she's saying you're right about the communications. And Cole is saying that's my love language, communication. Absolutely. Again, what is your love language? And then you have to let people know what your love language is because some people, listen, he may be thinking that he's doing good. He buying you all these gifts. He's buying all these expensive purses and doing all this expensive stuff. And he thinking that he's catering to your love language. But if you don't tell him that, listen, baby, I appreciate all these gifts and stuff, but I just want to spend time with you. Like, I just want to talk to you. I just want to see you. Those are the things that are important to me. Those are the things that mean the world to me. Although I appreciate the gifts, I appreciate the words of affirmation, but I need your time. I need you to talk to me. I need you to listen to me. I need for us to be around each other or find a way to have some more quality time together. That's what I need. That's what's going to make me feel connected in this relationship or in this marriage. Because again, when people get married, they tend to forget about these things, but you can't assume that a person knows your love language. Now, if your love language is gifts and all they doing is wanting to spend time, again, you got to tell them that, listen, gifts are my love language. I mean, I enjoy spending time with you, but yeah, you gotta give me something to show for it. I need a little bit more. I need a little bit something that's a little bit more tangible. You got to let them know that that's your love language. If you're the person that needs physical touch, but you got somebody that's spending time with you, but they not touching you, you got to let folks know. You got to let them know, baby, although I enjoy us spending time together, but every now and then I need you to hug me. I need you to hold me. I need you to hold my hand. I need you to just come up from behind. I need you to do those things. That's how I feel love. You got to tell people that because oftentimes people don't know their partner's love language because, again, everybody is different. Because my love language is time and communication. I can't assume that my partner's love language is time and communication. I got to make sure that not only I'm getting what I need from him, but I have to make sure that I'm giving him what he needs. So I have to cater to whatever his love language is. So it's very important to know what your love language is. And it's very important that you communicate that to your partner, because, again, they could be thinking they're doing something like, man, buying you all these fancy purses and all of this other stuff. You appreciate it, but you like, man, he bought this purse, but, I really just wanted to spend some time with him. I would have been fine just spending some time with him. I would have been fine with just talking to him. Like, I appreciate the purse, but I didn't need the purse. I needed a hug from him. I needed to see him. I needed to hear his voice. I just needed him, and it had nothing to do with anything physical. But we got to express that. We got to express that to our partners. You got to let people know what it is that you need from them. You can't go around assuming that they know. Just because you have your love language and they're catering to your love language, again, you have to make sure that you're catering to their love language as well, because a relationship is about give and take. You both have to give and you both have to take. So you got to make sure that you're giving off the right thing so that you both can be happy. But don't just have your love language being met and not meet their needs. So relationship, you got to give I don't say 50-50 because I don't want 50% of nothing. I want to give 100 and I want to receive 100. So you give your 100 and they give their 100, and that's how you guys are going to be happy. Guys, listen, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled JAYE for all three. Until next time, you guys, good night. Take care of yourselves and
Thank
each
you
other.
for hitting the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.